So everybody very excited out here. They got the t-shirts going. Check that out. Mayweather, Pacquiao t-shirts. And then right up here you can see this is where everybody is sitting. Starting tomorrow, whenever police officers pull somebody over for a traffic stop, make an arrest, or get called out to a scene, it will all be caught on camera.
They could be flying right around in the trees behind you, couldn't they?
They could be. Stop doing that to me, Vicky. You know, it's dark out here. I'm up here by myself. That's all right, though. This is a very busy area, and this was a very dangerous shooting, putting many lives at risk on the freeway this afternoon. Noise has always been a concern during these concerts, and nobody knows that better than the people who live here on Potrero Hill. And when Joyce first saw this, not only was she so upset that she immediately replaced the vandalized sign, she also brought out reinforcements. And the health department telling me it was here earlier in the week at the corner of Mission and Washington in Fremont where this latest rabies-infected bat was found. Someone actually saw the bat flying through the sky, then falling out of the air and onto the ground. And once the bat was on the ground, that person moved in to pick up the bat, thinking the bat was injured. That's exactly what the health department does not want you to do. We continue to follow breaking news out of Southern California. A fast-moving brush fire has burned at least 2,000 acres and has done a lot of damage on the 15 freeways. This kind of giving you an idea here, but look at this truck right here on fire. Several cars also on fire on the 15th freeway, and you can see firefighters right there putting water on this fire, trying to get this thing under control. It has been burning for about an hour right now. Firefighters are trying to keep the fire that is being fueled by gas from spreading to nearby businesses. They continue to put water on it. Really started to pick up here tonight, Catherine. 15% containment on this fire right now, and I want to step out of the way and kind of show you what it looks like out here. And the Santa Clara officer-involved shooting is the third in the Bay Area this weekend, all of them happening within 24 hours of each other, and one of those shootings left the suspect dead. Presidential candidate Donald Trump, one of the most outspoken on the issue. You can still see the flames shooting out of this storage facility and the firefighters putting water on it. Several hoses right now. They're attacking this fire from all different sides.
A big group of people actually running right towards me as we speak.
You don't want to address this? You don't want to say anything? There were witnesses that said that you were on the phone at the time of the crash. Is that true?
Is it killer? I believe so.
I'm just trying to get to the door.
No, you're getting in front of me. Is there any reason why you're trying to block my shot? What's your message for them? What's your message for these people that are frustrated right now? Why do we have to get off the corner? Thanks, guys. Reporting live tonight in Antioch, Scott Rates, Crowd 4 News. Well, this massive Category 5 hurricane, one of the biggest hurricanes ever in the Western Hemisphere, had everybody frightened, especially those who had friends and family in Puerto Vallarta. Today, some of those people were starting to come home, and for the people who were waiting for their loved ones to arrive here, it was really just a matter of time.
We think we've seen their plane coming in, but we don't know.
As the minutes tick away,
So anxious.
Myrna Leon waits.
Is this the flight coming in now?
The wait is excruciating,
We've been up all night watching the hurricane.
and so is the anticipation.
We were 3 hours early.
Time feeling like it's standing still.
Oh my goodness, I feel like I'm little again.
With flowers in hand, Leon waits for her parents to arrive home from Puerto Vallarta.
I don't know if they allowed balloons.
As she waits, she can't help but to think about what might have happened to them when Hurricane Patricia slammed into the coast of Mexico at more than 160 miles an hour.
Sheer panic. If it goes inland 30 miles, they're done. You're thinking this might be it. We thought nothing was going to survive.
As people walk off the first flight out of the battered region, there were plenty of hugs and stories to go around.
It sounded like we were just under a waterfall.
It was pretty terrifying. I mean, I think that's when we realized it was no joke.
And then out of nowhere, just like that, the waiting game was over. Not by the brute power of one of the strongest storms in history, but rather the overwhelming power of emotions. Love.
What is it like to see your daughter?
Oh, really happy.
And relief.
I'm not a crybaby, really, I'm not. I mean, but I'm just so happy to see my parents. We got so scared. We got so scared.
At SFO, Scott Rates, Cron 4 News.
Scott, is the weather giving firefighters any relief?
You know what? It was earlier in the day, Vicky, but right now it's very windy out here. It's very dry out here. So it's just fueling this fire behind me here. Governor Brown declaring a state of emergency because of California's wildfires, and for good reason. The day looks as dark as night, the sun as red as the flames on the ground. This as the impressive, intimidating firestorm known as the Rocky Fire continues to grow.
Today, the weather has been cooperating on the south side of the fire. However, up on the north side, we're getting a lot of increased fire activity.
It seems like it stops and you think it's all good and then it shoots right back up again. So we're just kind of babysitting the houses.
The flames now burning nearly 26,000 acres and has torched homes in the Lower Lake area. On Saturday, mandatory evacuations were put into effect for the Double Eagle and Cache Creek communities, those areas just north of Clear Lake.
In between Grizzly Canyon and Glory Hole Canyon, that evacuation starts about 4 or 5 miles to the east of Highway 20 and Highway 53.
A major stretch of Highway 20 has been shut down in both directions as fire crews continue to battle the flames before they spread to nearby homes.
The fire was started back here and it was coming toward us, and then it went south and then north, so it kind of did a horseshoe around us.
Well, one man remaining in the hospital tonight after this transformer blew up out here. It was an underground transformer. I step out of the way. You can see PG&E crews. They have been working out here all night to restore power to this Burnell Heights neighborhood, and we are expecting that power to be restored at any time now. Neighbors out here say this is an ongoing problem.
I'm scared to death. I don't even want to go in my house.
Still shaken, Robert Antonelli finds himself recovering from burns on his face and smoke inhalation. He, like most in this Burnell Heights neighborhood, receiving a very rude awakening Saturday morning.
It sounded like a bomb went off.
It's a bomb. There was a cannon.
Like being inside of a barrel bomb just blowing up.
Antonelli was talking with a friend just feet away from this underground transformer when it exploded.
It started around 6 in the morning with a power outage, and then I opened the window and heard like a fuse, like almost like a firecracker fuse, you know, just psst, talking with my friend Manuel, and the next thing I know, just a big explosion just blew up and just saw him engulfed in a ball of flame. And I blew me back in my bedroom. All the debris came in my room, knocked down all my stuff off the walls. He was unconscious, you know, in shock.
Antonelli says this is not the first time one of these transformers has been problematic in this neighborhood.
For less than a year, one blew up at the corner. That was double what this was.
Right now, still in the inspection phase right now.
I already told them, I says, hey, this is going to happen to somebody else unless they get out there and figure out why these are blowing up.
We're going to do a comprehensive review of the electrical system, not just on this street, but in the broader neighborhood. And if we see any safety concerns during that inspection, we'll address them immediately.
My granddaughter always looks out that window whenever I look out in the morning, just to look out. It's not a great way to start your morning.
And that gentleman tells me that his friend does remain in the hospital with very serious burns, of course, after that transformer blew up early this morning. PG&E remaining out here tonight, and they do expect to have the power back on in this Burnell Heights neighborhood at any time now. Reporting in Burnell Heights in San Francisco, Scott Rates, KRON 4 News. Well, Catherine, 3 cats in the past 10 days in this San Jose neighborhood. You know, earlier this afternoon, detectives were out here canvassing the neighborhood, looking for any kind of clues that might lead them to who is responsible. This, as neighbors in the area fear that a serial cat killer could be on the loose.
I'm really sad.
For Miriam Petrova, not knowing the whereabouts of her cat is crushing.
We always have to think what happened and why.
Oh, this is his house.
And for Janice McKimmey, the heartbreaking feeling of losing a pet is overwhelming.
You can't fathom that somebody could do something like that to an animal.
I don't understand.
For Petrova, the only thing that reminds her of her beloved cat Gogo is the cat food left untouched, sitting outside her door.
We didn't see him for a day, and we look through our videos and they see just this horrible crime.
Security cameras on her property caught this footage back on the evening of September 21st.
The man just came from this side. He just did the U-turn park here. Gogo was lying here. He was chasing him, but he was too slow to run, and then he grabs him and go back.
For Janice McKimmey, the pain is slightly different. Her cat, Beardsley, went missing on Saturday. However, she was able to track him down using a microchip. But the way her loving cat of more than 3 years was found is downright disturbing, to say the least.
He was in a box with some plastic in it, and the box had rocks on top of it.
Beardsley's body was found in the same neighborhood that Miriam's cat Gogo was snatched from. It's 5 miles away from where Janice lives.
Statistically unlikely that it is a coincidence.
Bring the cat back, please. You know what you did. Everybody knows now.
And all over the Cameron district here in San Jose, you'll see little postings like this talking about that stolen cat. She's hoping that somebody will see that and help her out here. By the way, another disturbing detail with this. That lady tells me that her cat Beardsley, who was found dead there, was found without his collar. She said it was almost like whoever did this kind of took that collar as a trophy. Reporting live in San Jose, Scott Rates, KRON 4 News. Well, Pam, this preschool behind me here in Antioch has been here for a long time. But now, if something doesn't change, the staff members and students will have to find somewhere else to go.
My name is Ariana Santos, and this is my KRON 4 story.
Ariana Santos knows how important an early education is. Her son is currently a preschool student, and her daughter, who's now in 4th grade, also attended the Kids Club preschool.
I had prepped them a lot for kindergarten as much as for my daughter, and for my son who didn't qualify for kindergarten had to do an extra year.
I had trouble with language arts, and I still kind of do, but it's kind of getting easier because the preschool actually explained it.
The staff here at Kids Club has been helping low-income families put their kids through preschool for more than 20 years.
100% of the children that are in this program receive some type of subsidy.
And the school has quite the resume.
We are also accredited by the High Scope Educational Research Foundation. We are the only program in the state of California that holds that accreditation.
Despite that, in less than 3 months, the toys in these classrooms could be disappearing, the books vanishing, and the tables and chairs gone for good.
My brother goes to the school, and it's very horrible that it goes.
Antioch Unified is not able to renew our lease.
And the executive director here at the preschool tells me that on average they have at least 300 students that go through this program annually. But if the school cannot renew their lease, those 300 students might not have anywhere to go.
Unfortunately, in this community, there are very few or no alternatives for these children. It's my impression and my belief that these children will go without care because there is no other program in town that can absorb this number of children.
The district telling the school's director that the reason they're letting the lease expire is because they need the space. Santos says the school board needs to reevaluate.
We, as a city, gave them that position, and the interest should be the children. And the fact that they're putting 300 kids out is not showing that they really do care about these kids.
Now I checked, I can tell you that the lease is expected to expire here at the end of July. The school is having a meeting Wednesday night to discuss the issue. By the way, I did reach out to the school board for comment, but so far they have not gotten back to me. Peace, love, music, and drugs. Deadheads from all around the world converging on Levi's Stadium Saturday afternoon.
We're very excited. Oh, it's going to be spectacular.
I've named all of my pets after Grateful Dead songs.
They're all here for the first of 5 shows on the Dead's Fare Thee Well tour.
We came to listen to great music and hang out with great people.
My first dog was Sugar Magnolia.
For some, it's their first Dead show. Do you know the music at all?
Not really, but it's my first time, so.
And for others,
I've seen the Dead about 120 times.
Many times, yeah.
I wore this for one of my first Dead shows like 20 years ago.
Althea was my cat.
But even with the crowds and a bit of traffic, one thing is for sure, these Deadheads will be going down the road feeling good. What's your favorite song, man?
Going down the road feeling bad. Uncle John's band.
I need a miracle every day. I was born to be a bachelor. Althea told me, okay, that's fine.
Fire on the mountain.
Now I'm trying to catch her. I love that one. And now I have Samson.
Catherine, ironically, it's been 100 years since the construction of the Campanile here on campus, and some say what makes this spot so special could be gone for good. Even Even through the haze, the views from Cal's prized Campanile are breathtaking, not to mention iconic. But some worry those sweeping views of the world's most famous bridge could disappear.
Taking away that view would be destroying a piece of the university's history.
Alexandra Smith is one of the organizers of an online petition.
My counterpart, Steve Finicon, has been going to city council meetings and meeting with them, expressing the concerns of the students. They are not interested at all in what we have to say.
In 4 days, the petition has already gained the support of more than 2,000 people.
The way that I set up the petition is that every single time someone signs, which is why it's so important for people to sign the petition, the mayor and the entire city council receives an email saying, so-and-so has signed the petition to save the view of the Golden Gate Bridge from Campanile Way.
Petitioners say the nostalgic view could be threatened by a proposed 18-story building that would be near the Berkeley BART station. That proposal has been in the works for some time. The so-called downtown area plan was adopted by the city council in 2012. It allows 5 buildings above 75 feet. Back on April 2nd, residents lost a battle that would landmark the Campanile area, stopping anything from being built that would obstruct the view. Now, Smith says something needs to happen to preserve this piece of history for future generations to enjoy.
It breaks my heart. I would like to be able to take my children here during Cal football, have them stand in this very spot and look out and see the most beautiful bridge in the world, the Golden Gate Bridge.
Now, I did check with the chancellor's office here on campus. They tell me that right now they are not too worried about this because everything is very tentative. They say that they will be watching this over the next few months to see how it plays out. But they say they did look at the plans and they believe that the building will not obstruct much of the view out here. However, that remains to be seen. Reporting live on the campus of Cal Berkeley tonight, Scott Rates, Cron 4 News.
Our vehicle's at. The way it looks now is this group tonight and tomorrow night are their last 2 nights of spring break, and then we'll get another group that comes in. So you'll probably have this group will really be partying hardy. Last night, the Desert Inn, we had 13 arrests. 1 guy for climbing up on the balconies, narcotics arrest, underage drinking, disorderly conduct. That was the hot spot last night. Let's talk to some of the officers, tell you what's going on. You know, you would think normally when you come in spring break you would want a hotel room that faces the ocean, except for here, they want the hotel room that faces A1A so that they can wreak havoc.
Yeah, spring break! They're throwing big bags of trash all over the place. It hit a car, and she informed that security would take care of it. I've lived here a couple of years. It's a private condo. Nobody did a damn thing, Chief.
I'm the police chief here. I'm going to tell you what's going to happen tonight. I'm about to declare war on your hotel and all your balcony guys. I'm going to give you the first opportunity to clear it, because if I got to clear it, they're not going to like the outcome. Stop these kids coming out here with the beer. They'll send the tone right away. We want you, like I said, the goal is we want you to come here and have a good time, but at the same token, you're going to follow the rules and you're going to obey the laws. Unfortunately, you know, you have young people who think I'm on spring break, I could check common sense and the laws at the front door because it's spring break. I can get away with whatever I want.